100 yen. That's what it costs to walk through total darkness underneath one of the most visited temples in Japan. And it's not even the best kept secret on this route. 4 kilometers, 13 stops, south to north. One route you can walk in a single morning, or split across a full day if you want to catch this district at dawn and again at golden hour. The walk starts at Kyoto's busiest temple and ends at one nobody calls by the right name. In between, there's a stone alley most walking guides mention but never show you how to find. The temple opens at 6. Get there at 6. By 9, tour buses start arriving and the approach road turns into a slow-moving queue. At 6, the wooden stage is yours. You can hear pigeons. That's it. Entry is 500 yen, about $3.50. The main stage juts out over the hillside on 139 wooden pillars. No nails, no screws. The view over the eastern mountains is worth every one of those pillars. On your way out, follow the signs down the slope to Ottawa Waterfall. 3 streams of mountain water fall from the cliff face into a pool. Each stream grants a different wish: longevity, academic success, or love. Pick one. Drinking from all 3 is considered greedy. The cups are on long poles, sterilized between visitors. No extra fee, on the way out anyway. The temple gets its name from this water. Kiyomizu means pure water. But before you leave, find Zuigudo Hall. It's below the main stage, easy to walk past. Pay 100 yen and descend into pitch darkness. This is the Tainai-meguri, journey through the womb. You follow a stone handrail with carved beads through a completely lightless chamber underneath the temple. The symbolism is entering the womb of Daizuigu Bosatsu and emerging reborn. The experience takes about 2 minutes. It opens at 9, so circle back after the main hall if you arrived at dawn. We have a full Kyoto temples ranking if you want the deep dive. For now, Kiyomizu is your starting altitude. Walk downhill from the temple toward the stone lanes. The first one you hit is Sannenzaka, 3-year slope. Local folklore says if you stumble on these steps, you'll have 3 years of bad luck. The original Edo period version was worse. 3 years to live. Locals still watch their step. You should too. The stones get slick after rain. Sannenzaka feeds into Ninenzaka, 2-year slope. Same legend, smaller penalty. The lanes are lined with wooden shop fronts, ceramic shops, matcha stands, and about 200 people taking the same photo. Before 10, you'll have the streets mostly to yourself. Halfway down Sannenzaka, several yatsuhashi shops put out free samples of their cinnamon and mochi confection. Kyoto's signature sweet, around 600 yen for a box to take home. Shogoin and Hanke Yatsuhashian are the 2 oldest names. Pick one, take a sample, keep walking. The pottery shops along the same stretch sell Kiyomizu Yaki ceramics fired in this neighborhood for over 400 years. Halfway down Ninenzaka, look for a building with no Starbucks sign, just a small logo on the noren curtain. This is the world's only tatami Starbucks, a 100-year-old machiya townhouse with tatami rooms on the 2nd floor. Remove your shoes, order a latte, about 550 yen, and sit on the floor overlooking a garden. It's the quietest Starbucks you'll ever visit. If you want coffee without the wait, Arabica is 50 meters south on the slope. A latte runs 550 yen. The view of the pagoda from the counter is the actual reason people queue. The 5-story pagoda appears at the bottom of Ninenzaka, framed between the buildings. This is the angle that lands on every Kyoto guidebook cover. The exact spot is the top of the slope where Ninenzaka bends left. Before 8 in the morning, before the umbrella rental carts block the frame, that's the shot. The pagoda itself is Hokanji Temple, 46 meters tall, founded in 592 by Prince Shotoku. The version standing today was rebuilt in 1440 by Shogun Ashikaga Yoshinori. The interior is occasionally open for 400 yen, roughly 10 to 3, but closures are unpredictable. Assume closed and shoot it from the lane. Stone foreground, pagoda behind. That's the frame that sells the whole video. Turn right past the pagoda and walk 30 seconds. You'll see it before you read the name. An explosion of color hanging from every surface. These are kukurizaru, handmade fabric monkeys with their arms and legs tied behind their backs. Each one represents a desire you're willing to give up in exchange for a wish. The mechanic is specific. You buy a charm for around 500 yen, write the wish you want granted on one side, and the desire you're willing to surrender on the other. Hang it up. The temple holds you to the bargain. If you don't really give up the desire, the wish doesn't count. Entry is free. It connects to the Koshin belief and the three wise monkeys. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Every photo of colorful Kyoto is taken here. The story behind it is better than the photo. But the next stop is the one that justifies this entire walk, and you'll only find it if you know where to turn. From Koshindo, walk north to Nene-no-Michi. The path is named after Nene, wife of Toyotomi Hideyoshi, one of the three unifiers of Japan. After he died, she retreated here, built a temple for his memorial, spent the last 18 years of her life walking this path between her residence and his grave. The bamboo sections are quieter than Arashiyama and nobody's queuing. Nene-no-Michi connects to a side lane that most walking guides mention in one sentence and never explain how to find. Ishibei-koji. Look for a small lantern with kanji at the entrance, easy to miss. It's about 200 meters of stone-paved alley. No tourist shops, no vending machines, ryokens, small bars, and stone walls. The kanji at the entrance reads, "Stonewall Little Alley." Read past it and you'll walk right by the turn-in. One important rule, photography is banned, signs are posted. The lane is residential and the restriction protects the people who live there. Walk through, take it in. The lanterns come on at dusk, and if you're using the split visit strategy, this is where you come back at 4 in the afternoon. But first, the temple Nene built is 2 minutes north. That 18-year walk Nene made every day led here. Inside the temple grounds sits Otamaya, the mausoleum where she's enshrined alongside Hideyoshi. The interior is finished in maki-e, gold lacquer over black, considered one of the finest examples in Japan. The whole story she lived ends in that one small room. Entry is 600 yen for the temple grounds. Give yourself 45 minutes. Zen gardens, raked sand, a bamboo grove, and a fraction of Kiyomizu's crowd. The dry landscape garden is the main draw. 2 sand mounds flanking a stone path, meant to represent waves. From Kodai-ji, grab matcha at Tsujiri on the approach. They've been serving it since 1860. Then walk 10 minutes north past Maruyama Park to Chion-in. This is the temple few visitors have heard of, which is strange. It has the largest wooden gate in Japan. The Sanmon stands 24 meters tall, 50 meters wide. The grounds are free. Walk through the gate and feel the scale of it. Somewhere in the back sits a bell weighing 74 tons. Every New Year's Eve, 17 monks swing a wooden beam to ring it. It takes all 17. The sound carries across the valley. You'll want 30 minutes here. That bell has been marking time in this valley for almost 400 years. If this route is going on your list, subscribe. The full Kyoto guide has all the spots with hours, prices, and neighborhood breakdowns. Link below. Between Chion-in and the northern extension sits Maruyama Park, fed on the west side by Yasaka Shrine, one of Kyoto's 3 principal shrines alongside Heian and Kamigamo. Free, open 24 hours, with rows of paper lanterns that light up after dark. You'll walk through it whether you mean to or not. Past the shrine, find a bench in the park. Eat whatever you grabbed from the Ninenzaka shops. In spring, the weeping cherry tree near the center of the park draws hundreds every evening, illuminated at night, photographed a million times, and still genuinely beautiful. The rest of the year, it's where Kyoto locals come to sit. No entry fee, no time limit. Just a park doing what a park does. Here's where other walking guides stop. They turn you around at Yasaka Shrine and send you back to Gion. But the best part of this walk is north. The Philosopher's Path runs 2 kilometers along a canal lined with cherry trees. Named after Nishida Kitaro, a Kyoto University philosopher who walked it daily while thinking. In spring, the cherry blossoms form a tunnel over the water. In June, fireflies. The rest of the year, it's just a quiet canal path with small cafes and cat watching opportunities. Free. Budget 45 minutes at walking pace. The path ends at Ginkaku-ji, the Silver Pavilion. Despite the name, no silver was ever applied. Ashikaga Yoshimasa built it in 1482 as a retirement villa, planning to coat it in silver leaf to match his grandfather's golden pavilion. He ran out of money, or maybe he changed his mind. The result is better. Weathered wood, moss, restraint. The sand garden is the payoff. A raised cone of white sand called Kogetsu-dai, meant to represent Mount Fuji or the moon, depending on who you ask. The entire garden is designed to catch moonlight. Entry is 500 yen. Give yourself 30 minutes. You started at the temple everyone visits. You're ending at one of the quietest, 4 kilometers south to north. That's the walk. Getting there. Keihan line to Kiyomizu-gojo station, then a 20 to 25 minute uphill walk. Or bus 86 or 206 from Kyoto station to Gojozaka. 230 yen, 15 minutes, then 10 minutes on foot. The full route is about 4 kilometers. Budget 4 to 5 hours with stops. If you use the split visit strategy, dawn at Kiyomizu, walk north through the day, come back to Ishibei-koji at 4 for the lanterns, you'll see this district in 2 completely different moods. 13 stops. 1 route, 2 moods if you split the day. For the cultural side of this area, the geisha district, the evening transformation, the food, watch our Gion guide. That's the other half of this neighborhood. Link in the description. The last thing. That underground passage at Kiyomizu, it costs less than a vending machine coffee, and you emerge into daylight on a hilltop overlooking the entire city. That's where the walk begins.